Welcome to Gamesthetic, episode 224, I think. I'm Alex Live with Sparky3, back after an unexpected break last week. It is what it is. I got the boys here with me. Zach, how are you doing, buddy?
No, I'm good.
Ready to be back?
Nope.
Yeah, me too. What about you, John? How are you?
You just gonna roll right past it.
Yep. I never know what Zach's gonna say to start the show. It could either be like a lot of things he'll say, or he'll just simply say nope, and all right, just.
Sometimes I just take the intro over.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. like a few weeks ago, that was great. Though that was funny. John, how are you though?
I mean, I'm fine. You're gonna be doing the one heavy lifting this week, so.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Did you prepare?
Yeah, I'm prepared. Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
In serio?
Do what? I'm prepared. What are you talking about? At least with Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'm
Yeah,
prepared.
I saw him play like an hour of whatever the other game was.
Okay, look, that's why the title literally says early thoughts. Okay. I just wanted to touch on it. All right, we'll touch on it. No big deal. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, Shadow Labyrinth, a few other random things here or there. It'll be great. We'll have a great time. So if you're here, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. If you want to support us further, Patreon's a great way to do so, as well as check out our merch store down below and Rogue Energy. So make sure to check them out and join the Discord. Be a friend, tell a friend.
Wait, what?
What?
Okay, never mind. If you still want to do that, go for it.
What are you talking about?
AI.
Oh, no. We have our own merch store, remember? Sparky Shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We got Sparky Shop. Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yes, I
Rip
had
the
a-
other one. Rip the other one.
I was watching Zach try to process.
Yeah, because we got the We Have Hats hat, remember? It's in this.
Okay.
Yeah, Sparky Shop. Yeah, shout out to that. Sparky3shop.com. Use the link below. We appreciate that. But yeah, no, back after a break last week. Wasn't planned. It just kind of happened. I felt like shit. Everything in the studio burnt down. Everything in the studio burnt down last week, man. It was rough. It was rough out here, brother.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically, yes. A lot of stuff happened out here.
Yeah, he called me. He's like, "Man, I feel like shit. I'm trying to get this all sorted out here. Nothing's working."
Nothing was working, dude. Oh my god.
He was like trying to. He was like giving me feelers. He's like, "So how are you feeling about the show?" I'm like, "Dude, we don't have to."
Yeah, I thought it was odd whenever you texted me because I'd already let you know the day before I was probably not going to make it because something was going on. And you're
Well, I
just
like
like,
to just keep you updated.
Yeah.
So that way you didn't check later for whatever reason. Like, what? Where's the show? You know?
oh, I wouldn't have cared.
Well, I know, but I still wanted to keep you updated. I know you weren't going to be there, but I was just trying to keep you updated.
I would have just looked and been, okay, no show. Something happened.
Yeah, but yeah, no, everything went wrong, brother. Everything went wrong out here. So, I think I've mentioned on the show before, need a new computer out here. Okay? John was very gracious to let me try to use his old computer, and his computer did not like our stuff at all. Like, dude, I kept trying to find like the right pattern of where am I going to plug this camera, the Rodecaster, this. And at some point, the Rodecaster 2 that we've got malfunctioned. So now USB 1 no longer works, which that is an issue with this device because I actually pre-ordered this device and it came out of box malfunctioned. And I had to return it and get the one we have now. So that sucks. I got to repair it. So we're currently running the USB 2, which has limited functionality. Like I can't go like on Discord anymore with it like we do. So now I've busted back out old trusty that Zach bought us once upon a time. Shout out to you, the Rodecaster 1. So that's set aside for Discord shows. And then while I finally got John's computer to work with everything, then it hit me with the like USB output exceeded. I'm like, damn it! So it's been a time out here, man. It has been a time.
Which was fantastic because when I last week and saw you upload a video, I almost went in the comments and went, how'd you record this?
I just had to bust out old trusty, man. Windows 10 updates end October 14th. So I have a ticking time bomb out here. Sometime after the updates end, and I can no longer update this 2016 piece of hardware. Whew, buddy, we got a ticking time bomb. So
Just bring out the your series. We can hook that up. Start streaming off that.
Oh yeah, straight. Oh, that is horrendous. Oh, that is horrendous, man. You know, no, love the boys, obviously, but anytime I see like Tyler or Davin try to do that, it is horrendous. Because like I'll see they go live, and I'm trying to be a good friend, and I'm like, oh, let's go see what Dave or Tyler's up to. Tyler tried to do one this weekend to play his brother in college football. I hopped in there, and dude, it's just for both of them. It's the most like lag-filled, stuttery shit you could ever see.
Cool.
You would think at this point, with like the integrations to automatically do it from your console, they would do something to let
be
you
smooth.
You would set certain settings to allow it to be smooth.
Yeah. No.
Tyler's wasn't that bad, but anytime Davin does it, Davin, I love you, brother, but you might need to see if there is settings, because it just drops the entire time. It's rough.
He just upgrade his internet. Just get that big boy, whatever the highest package of data is now.
Yeah. You might need to, man. It is rough. It is rough. And I'm sure there's people out there that stream straight from the console and it works great.
Oh, probably.
Oh, but every time I've ever seen it, it is something. It is something rough, man. Let me tell you. But anyway, yeah, no, we'll got some stuff to talk about today, though. Don't call Bananza. I'm excited to talk about that. I've got Gamesthetic Game of the Week this week. I already have the game picked out. I'm excited for that later. No, I'm good, brother. I'm good. No, I was gonna see if you guys anything you guys want to chat about before we get started. I got one thing I was gonna ask you guys, but see what you guys got.
So talking about time bombs, Phantom X may be a time bomb.
Okay, that's one thing I was gonna ask you about. What is going on with Phantom X right now, dude? What is going on?
So more or less, it's a upheaval thing of, people getting mad, which there was already signs of it with the release of Phantom X. Is that the global version of the game is not getting the same treatment as the Chinese in terms of rewards and currency resources, because like from my understanding, the like initial stuff with like the synergy stuff over on the Chinese servers, they're like their low level ones, they get like 80 metagems, whereas we only get 50. And I assume there's this, I haven't fully looked into it, but I assume there's disparity on the lower ends as well. When we're starting to get like 120 and whatnot from stuff, we're probably getting shorted another like 50, 60, give or take. And so the big thing that happened when 1.1 came out was two things which are actual concerns in my mind. One, which I think is people just crying personally. One, for standard and gacha games, whenever there's a maintenance of any kind of update, usually the developer sends everyone a gift basket in their mail of free currency. Okay?
I'm moving it, by the way.
Yeah. So the Chinese servers, they've apparently always gotten 300 metajoules for every update, whereas us on global only got 100. So that's 200 less. That's a slight issue.
Right.
Secondly, characters that people knew went from limited banner straight to standard banner. We are apparently not getting that as it stands for the. Secondly, characters that people knew went from banner as it from what anyone it was. Both Yui and Marine, whose currently special banners got added with 1.1. Both those on the Chinese server, after the banners expired, went straight to standard, apparently. For us, we are not getting that. As far as we are aware, once their banners are gone, along with Jokers, they are gone. They are fully limited to us, so we won't be seeing them in standard as far as information tells currently. So people are upset about that. And those are the two biggest things, but then there's also a bunch of other minor stuff of just the global servers being screwed over in people's minds and things like that versus the Chinese server. So people are concerned that this is just a Sega push for the global one, that for money grab, and that we may see a quick end of service after they rack in money. Like some other...
Oh, that'd be diabolical.
That would be diabolical.
That'd be diabolical.
But I mean, which we cannot say that for sure at this time. It's only been one singular update, and people are just went full on worst case scenario.
Yeah.
There has been some games in the past where this has happened. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but there was, I know, one big one like a couple years back that people were looking for that released for global. And sort of same setup. Global got less resources for updates. Stuff was pushed out very quickly to catch them up. And then once it got caught up, it was continued. And then the global server's dead and the Chinese one's still maintaining strong currently.
That's diabolical.
Yeah.
That's so diabolical.
So, I mean, the other thing that people have been crying about, which me personally, I feel they're just crying, is that people are just like, we need more. They're more or less saying we demand more free currency or ways to get currency to be able to roll for these limited characters, because it's been a known thing with Phantom X's Chinese server that it was fully possible to be a free-to-play player, not having to ever spend $1 and be able to actually obtain all the limited characters and whatnot. It is a possibility you can do. But with them on the pre-release stream saying that they were going to roll out the content quicker for us, of pretty much 2-week intervals to catch us up to where the Chinese servers are as quickly as possible, thus resulting in us getting banners quicker and people feeling like really pushing that angle, like that's where the money grab is by them sending us these limited banners very quickly, forcing people who want the characters to have to spend money. Again, you don't have to swipe in a gacha game, guys. Control yourself. And things like that with it, and people feel that since they are pushing it quicker, I say people, I don't know if it's the minority or majority who's shouting at it, but there is a voice saying that we should get more resources because of the faster pushing. In my mind, I'm just thinking, they told us they were going to push this content out quicker, which in turn, in my mind, means we're not on the same timeline as the Chinese server was, because there was spans of time between updates for the Chinese servers where people could farm those currencies from dailies and whatnot. We unfortunately do not have that, in which it's a sort of give pro-con thing. Pro is we're going to be caught up to the Chinese server and stay up to date much more quicker. Con is you may not have the opportunity to acquire all the characters you want without swiping if you really feel the need to.
Right.
Again, you do not have to swipe.
I haven't done it, for the record.
So yeah, that's the big thing.
Yeah, no, I saw the conversation that the game was starting to tank, like the review scores.
Yes.
Like I saw side-by-side shots of this game and the horse girl game you guys told me about.
Yeah.
Just the vast difference between the two of them and their scores.
Again, here's the difference of that. The Uma Musume Pretty Derby global version is not trying to push it to catch up with the Eastern servers, because there is an Eastern server that's been out for several years now where they're way past us. So they're just rolling out the Uma Musume on its own schedule globally, separate from the Eastern one, versus Phantom X is trying to catch us up, so they just have one update file to push to both servers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's also like an in-between you can do where you, because like I said, I've played a lot of live service games.
Yeah.
Several of them are games that have come from like Korea or something like that.
Yeah.
And those games will push content at a quicker pace than like try to get them in line with the other servers.
Yeah.
But they'll do it over a period of 6 months to a year. So you still have time to try to go through it. This where you're pushing it that quickly really does lean towards well, if we do it that quickly, they won't be able to farm it up and do it, and then will encourage swiping,
and that's,
which is a little slimy there.
It's definitely questionable. I do not disagree with that, and that's the main thing that people are pushing, is like, this is why they're claiming that this is a money grab on Sega. If anybody, they're the ones who do the marketing and whatnot. Black Hawk just develops it. Atlas just isn't part of it because it's Persona related. So as far as I'm aware, this would be a Sega call. And that's more or less what people have been pushing on, is like, because they are pushing it, it looks very shady and slimy of trying to money grab.
Right. Yeah, it does kind of give some bad vibes about it. But
I'm going to be honest, they were upfront about it. So.
I mean, they were. 'Cause you mentioned that before the game even came out, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, you mentioned it on the show. I remember that.
Yeah, if you watch the pre-release, they showed full plain view the roadmap of how they were planning on getting global server caught up to the Chinese
So
server.
really, it's one of those cases like just think best case scenario that they are just genuinely just trying to catch you up.
I mean, the other.
Hopefully.
I mean, it also kind of, like you said, it seems a little bad form to be doing it this quickly.
Yeah.
It very well could have been like well intentioned at the start.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you are given less resources in general, than the other servers are getting, that's not helping anything.
Yeah, that's
right.
the other side, because as I said, there was even people noticed that with like the synergies getting on the global getting less resources than on the Chinese before even release. So there's already some small signs of this even before this update. So Phantom X globally, it's sort of worrying. It's in the gray area.
We'll see how it goes with its 1.6 rating right now. Brutal. Oh my gosh. No, I had a question for you guys. I saw this on Twitter and I just saw it. And it's one of those things that, you know, once on a blue moon, if it comes up, I'll think about it. But I just kind of don't think about it, you know. But it was, you know, one of those things like traumatize a whole fandom in one image. And all it was the Red Ring of Death. And then someone quote tweeted it. It's just like, can we just like stop for a second and think about how if like that happened today where a console came out and like 55% of them launched with a design flaw that would cause the Red Ring of Death to cause.
It would be an absolute shitstorm.
Can we imagine how crazy that would be today? And also, can we also just stop for a second and think about how the hell did the 360 survive that? You know what I mean? Like looking back on it, it's like, especially since they really, I think we can all agree, they won that generation between PS3 and Xbox. You know, I would say Wii was the real winner. You know, because PS3 launched with that $600 price tag, whatever. But man, it's just kind of crazy to think about on 2 points of like, one, man, how did the 360 survive that? And two, God, can you imagine if that happened today? That would be insane.
See, me personally, I feel like 360 survived that because compared to nowadays, it was a fairly simple thing of just running back to wherever you bought it and being like, hey, Red Ring of Death.
Yeah, exactly.
Here you go.
Happened to me. I've said it on the show before. My first 360 was the Halo 3 Limited Edition, out of box, Red Ring. Have you go get another one.
Yeah. I mean, I never had a Red Ring.
Neither did I.
Problem with mine. So it was one where it's like, I just always heard about it.
Right.
So I never had the issue with it. I mean, the other thing is like, how did it survive that? I mean, that's just that was like how good the 360 era was.
True.
Because that was back in the like kind of the golden age of like online communication in game.
Yeah.
As well as like just the random events that would happen.
Yeah.
That was like social events where it was like games and stuff would pop up and it's like they would come up once a week or something. And it was like hop in and do it.
360 was very social.
100%. Like 1 versus 100.
Yeah.
Loved 1 versus 100.
I mean, even like the demo stuff.
Yeah.
It's like it had so much going for it.
It
was like people were like, if they Red Ring, they were like, well, I got to get this fixed. I got to get another one. So
it was an immediate issue. It wasn't I'll deal with it tomorrow. It was like, I got to get this done.
I got to get this fixed. Yeah. No, because like that's like in terms of like it surviving, that's what I think about. It's just the era that it was and how good the 360 generation was. And I think it also helped that the PS3 was a bomb launch at a $600 price tag. The online was, of course, as we know, free. But it being free also meant for, I would, to an extent, you could argue like not as much maintenance going to the servers because they got hacked like so many times throughout the PS3 generation. So you have a console that, while it had the Red Ring, yes, you had a Halo 3 on there, you had Gears,
everything else going for it.
Yeah, the online was incredible, but
again, with our generation, it was a thing of like you wanted something you could play with your friends because the 360 was a very social community and whatnot.
Right.
So I mean, unless your friends were rocking PS3s, you probably didn't grab a PS3 unless you just wanted one.
The PS3 is the console now that you look back with kind of rose-tinted glasses with. And it's like, you know what? The PS3 is actually pretty good.
Yeah, dude, I want to get one now. I don't have one. I need to get one.
I wish the one that's like I think I have 3 different PS3s that don't work.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. No, dude, I want to get a PS3 because man, the catalog for it's insane.
I was about to
What
say,
a good catalog.
I had my 360 for my multiplayer games. I had my PS3 for all my RPGs.
Yeah,
That was basically it. It was like the longer the generation went on, it was one where it was. I mean, it's kind of the same way with the generation after it, where I switched over to PlayStation, where it was
right.
the longer the Xbox 360 and PS3 generation went on, it was like I started with 360 when I finally had the console. It was all about it. And then the closer it got to the end of it, I was like, you know what? This PS3 is pretty cool over here. And then it's like, then all of my attention was going towards like RPGs and stuff on it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just crazy to think about, man. 'Cause like I said, it's that double angle of like, man, it's crazy to think the 360 survived that. Man, it's crazy to think what would happen if that happened today.
It would be an absolute shitstorm.
Man, just the day on Twitter would be great if that happens to anything today.
The number one trending thing would just be Red Ring.
Yeah, dude. Oh my lord, the conversation online would be so loud.
There would be so many different discussion boards, so many different YouTube videos. Probably actual news networks would actually do an article on it, do a segment about it.
Just crazy.
Just think about how that reception would be to it compared to what we get now with the Series S, not being able to keep up with games and people struggling to put games on Xbox because of the Series S.
Yeah.
Imagine
that, but replace the S with console brick.
Yep. Oh, brother. It's just crazy to think about, man. Like, it's one of those things, again, you don't think about it often, but like when it pops up like that, it's just like, huh, man, that's a good point. So, I don't know. Shout out to that, man. Rest in peace, my Halo 3 Xbox 360. That is still a console that one day I must get. I must get that console one day to fulfill what I was supposed to have and did not get, unfortunately. But anyway, let's jump into stuff, boys. Other stuff now. Already got 2 good clips to start off the show. Let's go. Here we're rolling. All right, so Donkey Kong Bonanza, boys. This one's special.
Did you pick it up, John?
No, I've seen some articles about this where people are having a hard time actually playing the game.
What? Why?
For the same reason I would have the hard time playing the game.
Yeah, I think I know where you're
people
going
are
with this.
obsessed with destroying everything in the level before they actually complete the level.
Dude.
God dang it!
Oh my lord!
I've seen so many articles of people just being like, I've barely actually progressed in the game because I spent the first hour in the first level just destroying everything I possibly could.
Dude, me too. Yes. Okay, 100% accurate. You will just get sucked up in just destroying stuff. Like, and it also helps like when you get like different like clothing pieces. Like there's a tie you can purchase where like chests appear like 10% more frequently, whatever. So it's like I'm just like beating everything up, destroying stuff, going underground, whatever. It's like, ooh, chest, ooh, chest, ooh, chest, ooh, chest, ooh, fossils, ooh, fossils. And it's like, dude, I've not progressed in the game almost at all. I'm only in like I think the 3rd sub-layer that you go to, outside of course the prologue, the first sub-layer, then you have like the next couple sub-layers. It's like sub-layer 100, 101, and 102.
Is Donkey Kong trying to beat up the core of the Earth?
You are trying to go to the core, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you are trying to go to the core. So then I'm sub-layer 200. I got stuck on for a hot minute because I was just destroying everything. I was finished with sub-layer 200 in terms of story and ready to go down. I just got stuck. Dude, I was there for so long just destroying shit. Well, and now I'm in sub-layer 300. I'm doing the same damn thing.
All this tells me is the Odyssey team is cracked. So.
Oh, yeah. No, dude, they went all out. Like, this one's special, guys. Like, it really is. Like, you know, I've seen so many people like talk about like Donkey Kong Bonanza compared to like other super notable like high tier like Mario games, like, you know, both the Galaxies and Odyssey, you know, all of those super highly regarded. You know, like all like let's say Metacritic wise, I think they all have 97s. And it's just like if I had to tell someone to pick like between these 3 or Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'm going to tell them to play Donkey Kong Bonanza. And it's just like the category that Bonanza is in terms of general reception is like it's kind of like a league in its own kind of thing. Like the hype around this game, it kind of reminds me of what happened last year when Astrobot came out, you know, for like the platforming genre, right? Where I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza is in terms of its overall quality that it's taken bringing Donkey Kong back to this 3D space, it is to the same quality of Astrobot. Because Astrobot was such a unique gaming experience with every level, all the different gameplay mechanics you could do. And it's kind of the same thing with Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's just like, it's such a unique gameplay experience of where, like, I saw, like, I sent you guys that meme. What was it? What was all the games that it was comparing it to?
Tears of the Kingdom, Odyssey, Kirby, Dreamland.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Not Dreamland.
Yeah, it was Forgotten Land. Yeah, it was Breath, Odyssey, Forgotten Land, and then a Hulk game from the PS2. And that's accurate, man. I mean, it really is. Like, you know, I was sitting there playing this, and Christina was watching me, and she was like saying how all the destructive elements was like a game that she loves. You know, My Time in Sandrock is kind of similar to that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's almost kind of like Minecraft-esque. You just get lost in the destruction element. And honestly, I will say with the destruction stuff, dude, honestly, very therapeutic. Like, you can just really just go in there, destroy stuff, turn your brain off, and relax.
I was about to say, if people are having trouble progressing because they're destroying stuff, they apparently made it feel very good.
Yeah, no, it feels great, dude. Especially once you unlock the Bonanza form, because you get the Bonanza form like after the sublayer 102. You get the Kong Bonanza, and the recharge for it is like super easy to get back. So like if you're just like going underground destroying shit, all you have to do is get gold, and it recharges the meter pretty quickly. So like I just go down there, I go Kong Bonanza, destroy everything like aggressively, super quick, and it's like once it times out, it's like, well, I can do it again, no big deal. So I mean, like the Kong Bonanza stuff is a lot of fun. It's also like it's kind of like hype in a way, because like whenever you go that Kong Bonanza, you know, Super Saiyan basically, you know, the whole time it's got like some like a Japanese track playing behind you of Pauline singing. So like an anime-esque song behind you as you're going around destroying stuff. So it's like, again, you can't tell me this is not some anime-inspired stuff here. But it is very relaxing to just go around and destroy stuff, man. I'm having a blast just going around, seeing what I can find, all the different chests, all the different fossils.
Question.
Yes.
Why is Donkey Kong trying to punch the core of the earth?
All right, so there's a couple different layers to this. So you have the Void Company. Correct. You have the Void Company, who they want to reach the core, because essentially if you reach planet core, then basically you get a wish granted. Like whatever you want, your wildest dreams can come true, essentially.
All right, Shenron.
Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, this is anime coded. There was one thing I think it was a sublayer 200 maybe that I popped into, or maybe it was like 102, where they had like a water stream going up to the sky, and Christina looked at that and she's like, "That's One Piece. You can't tell me that's not One Piece."
I mean, they already hit up One Piece with Mario Kart World, so
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so your goal is to reach planet core, you know, to essentially have like a wish fulfilled, and it's like the Void Company wants to essentially just be evil, generic evil bad guys. They want all the banana gems. They just want to rule the world, have their ultimate wish, have their ultimate power. Donkey Kong, he is here for one thing and one thing only, and that is he wants bananas. And I respect it. I respect the hustle. And you're also, I guess, trying to help Pauline.
So literally he's fighting with them because they're taking his bananas.
Correct.
I feel like this is like the fourth game where DK's whole purpose and reason he's fighting his villain is because they touched his bananas.
Correct. He just wants his bananas. Now, he is helping Pauline, yes. He
wants
his bananas. That's his goal. And
DK
I respect it.
is, by honest, one of the simplest anti-heroes out there. Because he's not always a hero, and he's not always a villain. But he will punch you right in your face if you touch a banana.
Do not touch his bananas, brother. And that's essentially what he's here for, is he wants his bananas
second
back.
Question. Why do I care Child Pauline's here?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't got that answer either. Like, you know, at least in terms of the narrative where I'm at now, there is no answer on that. It's, you know, she first appeared as a little rock. Why she was a rock, I don't know, besides the fact the Void Company turned her into a rock. So she's riding on your back as a rock for a little while. And then you, with the Bonanza powers from the Elder, you turn her back into her child form. And that's about where I'm at on why Pauline's here.
So Pauline herself is not necessarily an actual child.
As far as I know, she's a child. There's been no reference to like, oh, I'm a child. You know, there's been no reference to that. I think she's just this is just Kid Pauline.
That's just who she is.
Yeah, This is just Kid Pauline. I don't know, dude. The context is not there yet.
I'm trying to figure out how Pauline goes from hanging out with this pissed off monkey to go punch a core to mayor of New Dunk City.
Dude, I wish I could tell you. The narrative, I haven't got that
far.
To
start a band.
I keep destroying stuff. I don't know the narrative yet.
That's the wish.
To become mayor?
Yeah. Why not? Some people don't have high aspirations.
That is just dumb enough where I fully fine with that being canon.
It could be. I don't know.
She literally wishes herself into the Odyssey universe as an adult.
There you go. It could be. I have no clue.
From hearing you talk about it, you're praising it pretty highly and putting it up there with some pretty respected names as far as games go.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from this is, do you think Nintendo is finally going to win their category this year?
Yes, 100%.
Because
they will finally win Best
typic-
Family Game.
It's typically like 4 Nintendo games and something else, and that something else beats them. So they got,
I don't know.
They got a chance this year.
It was pretty rough last year. It was only 3 Nintendo games.
Yeah, I mean, only 3.
Still. So you think they got a chance now?
I think they're gonna take it home, brother. No, because
they have 2 good chances, John. If between Donkey Kong Bonanza and Mario Kart World.
Right. No, in terms of like taking home an award, whatever. Yeah, I think they will win Best Family Game with Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I think it'll beat out Mario Kart World personally. Because honestly, look, my stance on this is going to remain the same. I see no way that whatever Bonanza is going to do for the rest of the game is going to change my mind. For me, Expedition 33 is Game of the Year. That game hit me on a different level that I have not had in a long time. But it would not shock me if Bonanza won Game of the Year come the end of the year. I still think it's Expedition, but it's just one of those things that like. If you sat here and told me that like, oh, Ghost of Yotei is going to win, that would shock me compared to like Expedition 33. But if someone said, oh, Bonanza is going to win Game of the Year,
we got some big games still coming
I know.
Ghost of Yotei has the Samurai Champloo mode. I mean, that's all I'm playing it in.
Shout out to that, by the way, because we didn't have an episode last week. That's cool as hell. That is so cool.
The fact I could just go full lo-fi.
Yeah.
That's great.
The
only thing that could be better, add an Afro Samurai mode, and I'm sold.
Listen, the voice actress didn't even know that was a thing. Like I saw her tweet like during the state of play where she's like, "There's a Samurai Champloo mode." It's like, oh, that's great. No, dude, like it's one of those things. Like I would not if it came into the year. Let's say the Game Awards. It's like winner is Donkey Kong Bonanza. I wouldn't be shocked. I still think it's Expedition as of now. And that is what I want to win. But it wouldn't shock me. Like that's the level of category I think this game is in. They've truly made something special.
Wow. He's not even willing to have any reservation for Digimon yet.
Wow, don't call me out like that, man.
You're the one who just made the statement.
Digimon is dead in the grave, John. It hasn't come out yet.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's not even willing to put it up for consideration.
Hold on. I love me some Digimon story, brother, but you and me both know it ain't winning Game of the Year.
I was about to say, John, it's going to have to be real solid to get into that Game of the Year category.
It's never had this much attention.
That is also true.
I will give it...
There is a chance.
I will give it a damn good shot in winning the RPG section.
That's true. I can see that.
I mean,
it's going to be hard because it's still going up against Expedition.
It's still going up there.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed that you're writing it off already.
Wow, I'm not writing it off. Okay.
Do you picture Digimon Time Stranger being in the 6 for Game of the Year?
So anyway, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
That's a no, John.
It's just a great game. I've had a great time with it. John, I'm sorry. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay.
No, we won't because it'll be me hyping it up. This is gonna be last year.
That's true. I'll be in Florida.
This is gonna be last year all over again, where we had 4 years worth of Alex talking about Black Myth Wukong to be his game of the year, and he didn't even back it at the end of the year.
If Time Stranger comes out and blows up, John is going to have a reckoning with you.
Yeah, the moment I get back from Florida, oh, dude, that's how the show's leading off. You know how, like you mentioned earlier, how sometimes you just take the intro? Oh, it's going to be John that week. I'm going to flip to me and John's going to immediately chime in.
It's just one of those where it's like, I know it's not going to be game of the year. There's a good chance it'll be my game of the year.
That's fair. That's fair. But no, Donkey Kong Bonanza though, man. I really do think that the Mario Odyssey team made something special with this game, just from like the gameplay mechanics. The music, top to bottom, is incredible. Just all the different nods to stuff too, man. Because like you have all these different like bonus like side levels in the main hub world that you go to. And I had one earlier that was Donkey Kong Country, straight up. I mean, the name of the level was Nostalgia Country, and I'm like, respect. It had the Donkey Kong Country music. It was great because I actually just played Donkey Kong Country like 3 or 4 days ago on SNES on NSO. So it's like I jumped in there. I'm like, oh god, yes, let's go. So was having fun there, dude. The map, I love the map. The map is pretty sick. I know that sounds really random to say, but it is actually pretty cool because the
Is it
map
shaped like a banana?
it's not shaped like a banana. When I mean the map, I mean like the
If
actual.
you
Like,
connect all the regions together, will it be shaped like a banana?
there are very large bananas on the map, if that answers your question. But no, it will not turn into a shaped banana. But there's banana mountains on the map at times. But no, I know it sounds like a random thing to say, but you open up the menu and with the hub world map that you get to view, it shows kind of the destruction that you've done.
Okay.
And whenever you finish up the map, instead of it just like closing automatically, it just kind of like zooms back into Donkey Kong and like kind of the direction you're facing and stuff, or even the direction that you put a pin. So it's like, oh, that little extra stuff's kind of cool. You do have a skill tree with this game. As you get more banana gems, every 5 that you get, you unlock a skill point.
Do you go up or down the tree?
You go up the tree always, and you go swinging. But those skill points that you get is whether it's just health or increased punching power, because each sublayer you go to, the terrain is going to increase in stars, where it's going to be more difficult for you to break. So you can get increased punching power for that, as well as just different moves. Like increasing maybe like the speed of your land surfing that you can do, because you can just rip a rock out of the ground or rip something out of the ground and go surfing on it. So shout out to that. DK just starts spinning out like a Beyblade and just flapping his arms in the wind to get faster. Cool. You can also do that to ride on the water. So that's cool too, but you got to unlock that. Just all the different gameplay elements to it. It's been fantastic. I did the first boss fight. Boss fights are pretty, they're not that bad. I mean, it's just a standard platformer, right? It's not going to be that bad, especially when you got Kong Bananza. I haven't got any of the other Bananza forms yet, the zebra or the ostrich, which still the ostrich is super random choice, but shout out. But no, I mean, dude, I really do think this one is a special game to the same extent of what like Astrobot was last year. This is one that I don't think is just going to like disappear from conversation for the rest of the year. I think this one is going to stay at the forefront. For me, I'd be shocked if this wasn't one of the 6, Game of the Year nominees by the end of the year. And another thing that's also, I think, really important to mention, should have been a launch title, 100%. I get it, Mario Kart, whatever, Mario Kart World, cool, first new Mario Kart since like 2013. I get it, whatever. Mario Kart World could have been like a holiday title with ease. It'd have been a great holiday title for families, family getting switched to. Bonanza should have been your launch title, 100%. As I stand by, I've played a lot of Mario Kart World recently.
Bonanza would have sold consoles.
But Bonanza would have moved shit up front. And like, I stand by what I said about World, right? It's not the game that should have raised the price tag. It's just not. I've played a lot of World recently. Online World with Knockout Tour. Been doing a lot of that recently in my downtime. Just chilling. It's been fun, but it's a fun game. Great. It's a good game. Yeah, it's great to see the new Mario Kart, the natural progression of the property and stuff. Shouldn't have been a launch title. Shouldn't have brought the price increase. Bonanza, like you just said, Bonanza would have moved consoles. Because, I mean, I'm even seeing jokes about that of people that have not bought a Switch 2 yet are now going out to buy a Switch 2 because of Bonanza. It would have moved consoles. I'm happy to see, like, in terms of, like, ratings and stuff, that it's, like, rating in the same realm as Donkey Kong 64, which is the highest rated Donkey Kong game for Metacritic.
Which is still wild.
Which, love that, because love 64. So Donkey Kong coming back to form, not back to form, but coming back to, a 3D platformer and having another chance at that 3D platformer, and it knocking it out of the park to the way that it has, I think that's the right direction to go. After 64, obviously that was by Rare. So after the Nintendo 64 generation, Microsoft bought Rare. So kind of ended that whole relationship there. Donkey Kong from there was just it was in a rut. I mean, you had the rhythm games, you had the 3 drum games on the GameCube. You had a racing game on the Wii, and then it's just like, well, back to country, I guess, and that's all we had.
We had Tropical Freeze.
Yeah, I mean, that's all you had was country style games. I'm glad to see that this one came back to a 3D platformer like 64 was, because 64, with all of its faults, was still a really fun game for its time. And it just kind of further opens the door for other properties to continue to get like this unique love, which is actually a video I just did this week. Shout out, you should go watch it. you know, because that's something that I really want to see out of the Switch 2, and something I think we will see is that the Switch 2 is like, as I described in my video, the Switch 2 is like the land of opportunities for IPs, because you get these chances of older IPs coming back in some form that haven't had any love for a while, or IPs coming back to a style of gameplay that they have not had, you know, before or in a while. And that's what we've now seen with Donkey Kong, where it's gotten this love. And another thing that, you know, to praise Nintendo on is that they had like the I guess the foresight to like, okay, let's fully develop this thing for the Switch 2, because this thing started development like I think right after Odyssey finished and Odyssey released. In fact, fun fact, I just saw this, Nintendo confirmed it. Donkey Kong's design that was changed for the Mario movie and Mario Kart World was based off Bonanza. It wasn't any other way around.
I was going to mention that if you didn't, because I saw that same article.
Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting. So
I mean, and those image changes make a lot more sense now.
it does, yeah. So like originally Bonanza was supposed to be like, you know, end of Switch type of game coming out, right? I'm just glad we didn't go that route. I'm glad we, you know, pivoted to the Switch 2. Because overall the game run is great. I mean, you don't really have many frame drops. In certain areas, you get a little crazy, and you might have a couple frame drops here. But God bless, I couldn't imagine this game on the Switch 1. But you know, I'm glad they made that pivot, because it further adds to like the Switch 2's library in its launch year. I mean, just top to bottom, this game is incredible. I, again, have not played very far. I'm only in sub-layer 300 because I just keep getting distracted destroying shit, and that's just a lot of fun and very therapeutic. For the board score, I feel like I'm being a little generous saying a 10, but it might be a 10. It's a 9 or a 10. Right now, it's a 9.
If you're too early in to say it's a 10.
It's a 9 right now. It could be a 10 by the time it's done. IGN gave it a 10, so I guess shout out to that, I guess. But gave Expedition a 9. I saw a lot of people.
We all know how we feel about IGN.
Yeah, no, we like dunking the IGN on this show anytime they put out a list.
So, question.
Yes.
Bonanza's now out.
Yep.
Probably a couple post-release things being done.
Yep.
Who gets Odyssey team now?
Oh, the next property to get the Odyssey team? That's a damn good question. Oh, that is a damn good question. Who's going to get that next love? My initial instinct is just 3D Mario. Yeah. You know, that's just my initial instinct.
Say Mario next.
Yeah,
is going to be the one who gets them. Just because they're going to.
They're probably already on it.
Yeah, now that they've got DK made, it's like probably back to we need another 3D Mario.
Yeah. Well,
you thinking they feel spicy enough and give the Odyssey team free reign to do a new Star Fox adventure?
I was just about to talk about Star Fox, you son of a bitch. I was actually, what I was about to ask, I was about to counterpoint you. Who do you want to see them get? Because my first thought was maybe we could see something like Star Fox or something. Because that was actually in my video that I think we will see Star Fox, you know, return finally to the Switch 2, because obviously it skipped the Switch. Yep. With the disaster that was Star Fox Zero on the Wii U. And the way that I talked about the return to Star Fox is I personally think return to Star Fox is we're going to go a route of Assault. I think the route they would go is where it's a mix of the Landmaster combat, the R-Wing combat, and the ground combat.
That makes sense.
Because like I even talked about Adventures in my video, where it's just like, you know, Adventures, very fun game, unique for the property.
It's not honestly good when you go back.
But it was also not supposed to be Star Fox. It was supposed to be Dinosaur Planet, and Nintendo said, put Star Fox on it. Same game, put Star Fox on it. So, I don't know, but I mean, it would be really, really cool to see like a big team at Nintendo take a swing at a Star Fox game. That would be really cool.
In my mind, if they were feeling spicy and we're going to do another IP, my mind went either Star Fox or Kid Icarus.
Kid Icarus would be cool too. You know, it's one new game that we got was apparently very ungodly challenging to play because of how you had to hold it, where they launched a freaking stand with the game to hold your 3DS. Sakurai went a little too hardcore with that. I respect it though.
But my personal choice, if the Odyssey team was just free to whatever, I mean, Pikmin 5.
Oh, dude, can you imagine them with a Pikmin?
That would be insane.
That would be crazy, dude. No, the Odyssey team, man, it would be really cool to see what other properties they could take a swing at after like the next Mario comes out. Because obviously we can all guess Mario's the next thing they're working on. But what would be something they could work on? That's a great question to ask.
I would assume that they're probably going to get. They're probably going to be back on Mario, and it's probably going to be a thing where it's like Mario something else, Mario something else.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's like I can't necessarily throw a guess out of what I think they would get after the next Mario game. I would like to think, though, that after the next Mario game comes out, assuming that it's, I mean, based on what they've done so far with these two games, of the same quality, and if it is, then like it would be nice to see like Nintendo or someone show up to them and go, "What do you want to make?"
Right? Let them pick.
It's like, and just let them pick and not saddle them with something to try for them to try to figure it out. Go, have some fun. You earned it.
Yeah.
So we're really leaning towards Mario.
Mm-hmm.
But let's take a step to the side. And instead of being another 3D Mario, it's another 3D Luigi game.
Oh, outside of doing not a mansion game, maybe something else.
Luigi has a Ghost Hunter world.
Oh, right, yeah. See, for a second, I thought you were about to say Wario, which you were going to get me so pumped for that.
Oh, we're never seeing a Wario Land again.
I want a Wario Land so bad. I want a Wario Land or
we
Wario
haven't seen
World
a
so
Wario
bad.
Land in almost 3 generations.
Yeah, the Wario Land Shake It on the Wii was the last one. And before that, Wario World, the spin-off on the GameCube.
Because Wario was tired of saving lands and decided to make an incorporation.
Yep. Man, imagine like a 3D like open platformer Luigi game that's not just mansion. You know, do something else for Luigi besides mansions.
Still keep the horror thing.
Yeah, still keep that, but just do something else. Another one to think about too, and this one could be kind of a random shot here, but like what if they took a swing at a Yoshi game? You know, because like we have Yoshi games every generation, and they're all.
I guess we do, don't we?
They're all fine games, but they're all just like side scrolls, mostly storybook, type games like Yoshi's Crafted World.
Personally,
or Yoshi's
I feel like the
World.
Kirby team would get stuck with that.
I could agree to that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, I was thinking about it. It's like Yoshi popped in my mind, and I mean, you mentioned it there, Zach. I'd be interested to see what that team would do with a Kirby game.
Yeah.
I mean, I would very much be happy with it, but Kirby just got a game like 2 years ago. Was that?
Yeah, I think it was 2.
Yeah, but thanks, Zach. This is the Odyssey team, where it'd be 4 years.
That's fair. That's fair.
Which and that's not saying anything bad about it. They put out some of the best games of the generation.
Their
when
work
they do
is
it.
solid. So I mean,
it's like because it's like Kirby's not generally something that interests me, but if you put a team on it that could be as creative as they have been with Bananza and Odyssey, maybe they'd come up with something that would look interesting to me.
Give us something that's not just Kirby not being able to swallow something. Mouthful mode is still wild.
I love mouthful mode. 10 out of 10. No, I mean there's some strong possibilities there, man. Like, I do think that what you said is true. I think the Kirby Forgotten Land team would be the one to probably get a Yoshi, but I think an Odyssey team taking on like a Yoshi or a Star Fox or even a Kirby, that'd be pretty sick. I'd be here for that.
I mean,
I want to knock this Star Fox notion out of your head.
Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Leave Star Fox alone.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Honestly,
I'm saying leave it alone.
It's gonna happen.
It is one where it's like it's like they can just leave it there and it'll sit nicely in everybody's memory.
No, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back.
I don't think that type of game is gonna work well.
You got to take it back to Assault.
I still I think that game works well in memory. I don't think it would work as well because you got to look. We'd be looking if assuming they're going to be working on Mario next. You're looking at 8 to 10 years in the future. Mm-hmm. I don't think like a Star Fox Assault type thing works then.
An on-rail shooter.
Well, you don't have to make it on-rail shooter.
And then even then, it's like if you look back at like Star Fox 64, which everybody looks back on. I really don't think that's gonna work.
Oh yeah, no.
And it's like none of. I think that property, as much as people think about it and think they want something, I think that is a property that's best left in memory.
So my stance on the Star Fox thing is that I will say if you stick to the formula that Star Fox has been, you're 100% right. I don't think that's going to work super well today where it warrants enough to have a new game develop and put all the funds into it and whatever, right? Like you're gonna make your fandom happy, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right? You're not gonna hit beyond that. I think to bring Star Fox back, it needs to come back in a big way. And when I say
it doesn't even need to be Star Fox.
You want another, you just want other adventures, don't you?
Focus it on Crystal. I don't care.
Yeah. No, like
or maybe the Froggy. I forget his name.
Slippy. Yeah.
I'm not a Star Fox fan.
No, like whenever I say come back to an assault style, I my vision for it is it's a mix of the three types of gameplay with the space or the the air R-wing gameplay, the tank gameplay, as well as the on ground stuff. But in terms of like the on rail aspect that you're saying wouldn't work, because I agree, I say get rid of the on rail stuff. I make it kind of more free open flying and everything.
It's not going to be a traditional Star Fox game at all. They're going to get the Splatoon team to make a Star Fox multiplayer game.
All right, that'd be actually pretty cool because Star Fox Assault's multiplayer was fire.
I mean, that would work better.
That would be cool.
That would work. I would rather see that than the Odyssey team take a swing at Star Fox.
That would be really cool. A Star Fox multiplayer game would be sick because Assault's multiplayer was awesome. Love that multiplayer.
The only thing is, it would be a lot of work to try to bring Star Fox.
It really would.
Yeah,
to modernize it to a point where it still feels like Star Fox.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a tight rope to walk. And it's like, that's why I say leave it there, because it could be good, but it's also one where it's like the gameplay might be great, but then people might complain because it doesn't feel like Star Fox.
Right.
And then that's just going to hinder it. So that's why I'm like, it's like,
that
I've
property
enjoyed Star Fox, but I think every time it tries to come back, it's just a little bit worse and a little bit worse.
Oh yeah. It started with Command, and then after Command's failure, they're just like,
which one was Command?
It was on the DS.
Oh
yeah. After Command, they're just like, okay, well, everyone loves 64. Remake it for the 3DS, and they did that, and then they tried Zero, and Zero for the Wii U is a disaster.
I remember Zero being awful.
Yeah, and that's why it's one of the last few Nintendo games that did not get ported to the Switch. Everything else did, but Zero and like a couple other games. But no, final thing on Donkey Kong though, just great game. Go buy it. It's gonna sell consoles. It should have been a launch title. The fact that it's not a launch title, that's a shame. That's a damn shame there. All right, let me shout out some merch. Head over to spark3shop.com and you can pick up one of our hats or one of our shirts. We'd appreciate your extra support, whether you want to pick up the We Have Hats hat or the B shirt, the Lonely Boy, or maybe just some logos of all of our stuff. We'd appreciate that support. Use the link down below for spark3shop.com. Thank you. Gotta update the graphic there. The graphic was half me and half the merch. So
make that a shirt.
No.
Not pleased.
You could have half me and half a shirt.
So Shadow Labyrinth came out. Shout out to that.
Yes, it did.
I forgot about it. I just got an email that, hey, your pre-order is going to get delivered today. I'm like, oh. Cool.
I got an email that said, hey, Shadow Labyrinth Ultimate Edition is released. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I got. Like the Ultimate Edition, it was just like the one that was like $80, right? $70 or something.
Maybe it was the limited edition. It was the one that had all the fancy stuff and statues, but had no physical game.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't get that. Mine just had like 4 or 5 pins, an art book, some stickers. That's all mine was. Box that was overall pretty low quality in my opinion. I pulled it out of the packaging. I'm just like, wow, this kind of sucks.
I mean, they're selling the base game at $30, so
yeah. No, I haven't played very long of this. So this is like that's hence the title saying early thoughts. So just kind of the early vibe. First off, the game just really throws you into it.
Yep.
Oh my lord, it just picks you up and drops you in, tells you to go. Because there is so much happening in such a short time frame, man.
Not really.
Of just like what is happening? What is going on? Of where like the title screen is a kid playing a game, you hit start and kid disappears, game drops to the ground.
Yep.
Then you got some aliens attacking. You're in the Gaia bot. You kind of go through to attack them, and next thing you know, you're on the planet with Puck. Yeah, and there's also some spatial stuff that's happening where you're going like universe to universe and some weird cosmos.
Well, that was the
stuff.
child who got sucked into the switch, entering the body of Swordsman
number 8. Yep.
Who Puck called there.
Yep.
Because Puck's being an evil shit and not telling you everything.
Yeah, no, that's also very evident very quickly.
Then there's the mystery woman.
Yeah, then there's the mystery woman, who that is like the second boss fight or something like that.
I don't know. I haven't made it that far.
Okay, yeah, no, because I had the first boss fight, just the entry level boss fight, whatever, and then I'm now at like I encountered the woman and she transformed into like an armored shogun or something, and I'm like, okay, so that's where I'm at. Is currently at the boss fight. The game runs really smooth though. I mean it runs smooth. The gameplay's been fun. The vibes are like the entire aesthetic has been top tier though. I've really enjoyed the aesthetic of the couple areas that I've gone through, like all the background graphics and everything. All of that's been really smooth. Puck and the whole element around Puck, like the dark side of it, where he can like, eat everything, go shadow mode and eat stuff, looks really cool. It's been fun so far. I mean, I will say I am glad that it is at that low entry price point for it. If it was any higher, I'd have concerns about the game in terms of like how well would this succeed.
Yeah.
But I feel like the entry price point that it's at, I feel like is really solid for this type of game. I don't know. I mean, obviously early on need to continue to play and get further into it. I don't know how high I would hold this in regards to like other Metroidvanias that's come out last couple of years. It's been really good, like Prince of Persia or Metroid Dread or anything. But it's fun. It's very fun.
I'd say this is a very good entry level one.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good entry level Metroidvania, and yeah, it's also just one of those for me, just kind of hopping into it. It's like my first vibe, my first instinct was, man, this makes me want to go hit up some others now.
Yep.
I want to go play like Prince of Persia. I want to play Metroid Dread again, stuff like that. Just getting into a Metroidvania game just kind of got me in the mood. It's like, oh yeah, man, I want to play some more Metroidvania games. But I mean, it's been fun. The little bit that I've played, like I said, the entry point is really nice for it. Only at like what you said, base price I think is 30. It's either 30 or 40.
$30.
Yeah, so I mean, base price for $30 for this dark inspired Pac-Man Metroidvania game is really solid for someone that just wants to maybe kill some time and enjoy it. Just a solid Metroidvania. Like I said, the aesthetic is good. Gameplay's been fine so far. The story is just been in a mode of like, all right, what exactly is Puck? What exactly all is Puck hiding from you? Because there is those, like you exact mentioned already, those clear things where he is not telling you everything. Like I know when you collect like the first memory, your character number 8 makes a comment. It's like, why can't Puck see this?
Yeah.
So it's just little stuff like that of those seed droppings that of what Puck actually is, like where it's like there's a lot being hidden, a lot behind the scenes kind of thing.
Memory things are from a ghost.
Oh yeah, a ghost that's a good theory.
Because I'm pretty because I've only played an hour.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just in the volcano area, and all I can think of is one, Puck has mentioned that he's trying to escape this prison.
Yep.
So I can only assume it's the maze, as named by the Shadow Labyrinth.
Yep.
And he's trying to escape because every time he clears whatever he does, he's just in another maze.
Yep.
So he's called someone to get help, use as a decoy to escape.
So the memories being like either like maybe because there's a lot of memories I saw.
Yes, there are.
I could see the memories just being like ghosts or maybe like the other numbers, the number warriors, whatever. I can see that, but the ghost is honestly a pretty good theory. But no, I mean, like I said, it's been fun so far. I'm glad I picked it up. It's definitely not top priority right now because like I only played it because it's like, okay, I got it. Let me get some time in on it just so I could at least touch on it. But it was also just like I just want to play Donkey Kong right now. I just want to play Donkey Kong, but it's fun. Like I said, I'm glad I've got it. It's a good one for the collection. And if you haven't played a Metroidvania game, it's definitely a good like entry one with that price point. And if you have played Metroidvania, just go ahead and check it out because it is the aesthetic for it is really cool. It's a really unique approach to Pac-Man, a really unique aesthetic and vibe. So I'd recommend it in that capacity at least. But got to get further in before I can like really give firm like, oh my god, yes, this is a must check out kind of thing. So, any other thoughts you want to give on it?
Not really.
Okay. Yeah. Not far enough to really talk about it. Like I said, I just wanted to at least touch on it that, hey, we're at least checking it out. So shout out some Rogue Energy then. Check out some Rogue Energy. Use their referral link down below, promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. Regardless if you're picking out the hydration, chill, or the energy line, including the cans, the promo code and that referral link works for all of them. But hey, if they got a different sale going on, no big deal. Don't use our promo code, but if you use our referral link, you're still going to help out the brand. Again, that's promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off.
They don't have any sale going on, but they did just release their second flavor in the chill line of peaches and cream.
Shout out.
Well, Peaches and Dreams.
Ooh.
It is peaches and dreams, my bad.
Yeah. Have you picked it up yet?
No, not yet.
No. Okay. Yeah, no, shout out to Chill finally getting another flavor. Been waiting on that one for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, had Chill is actually pretty solid. I like the approach they've taken with Rogue Chill, man. Rogue Chill, it is a very relaxing beverage. Drink it at night, have a great time. So anything else you guys want to chat about? Next thing I had was like some game key card related stuff and a couple other random things here or there.
So I've had an interesting week.
Okay.
Because all the shenanigans with P5X.
Mhm.
I've been messing with it, but I haven't been messing with it a whole lot. See how that goes. So, in the center of my computer screen for the past week, untouched, has been Mumusme Pretty Derby. Because it's been a thing of just like, do I truly want to get into horse gambling? And it's not traditional gambling,
Right.
but it's a gacha game.
It
so
is, yeah.
because there's a whole story line of each of the horses, but if you want to stay competitive for the PvP, you gotta go into some horse betting in terms of throwing money at a gate and hope you get a decent horse.
Right.
Girl.
So it's there ready to go, but you haven't made the leap yet.
It's been sitting there for a week and it's just sitting there just like 0.0 hours, and I'm just like,
Yeah, just hop in.
Just do the leap.
Just do it.
Take the leap, man.
It's your type of game.
thing is, it's not. It's really not. It's just got the gotcha thing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's a subcategory of your type of game. It's like you're the gotcha game player of the podcast.
I am, but I'm not a big on training sims.
Maybe the combination will really pique your interest.
I doubt it will.
I mean, I thought about it. I saw some gameplay of it. I saw all the menus and screens and shit that are out there, and I went, I'm not doing that.
After our episode where we talked about it later that night, I sent Alex just one of the races.
Finally got an image with what you guys were talking about whenever you sent that to me. I was just like, oh, Jesus Christ. This is what this is.
Yep.
And then since then, it's gotten into my timeline now, too.
That was my whole reason.
And I was like, damn it.
Since I didn't check out like Donkey Kong or Shadow Labyrinth or anything, this is kind of a nice like month and a half or so stretch before like the onslaught of like September and October kind of hit me.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of using the time to hit games that either came out this year or just games that I've wanted to play for a while, and I've been on a string of buying games to put so that I either have them in my library or just like games that came out earlier in the year that I wanted to play. Like I told you before, I finally started playing Tales of Grace's F remastered that came out earlier this year. Been enjoying that. Couple games. I've got a couple games. I haven't bought them yet. They're in my Steam cart right now. That I've wanted to. Well, one of them I've wanted to play for a while. One of them I kind of just want to go back and give another try. That's War Tales, and then Red Dead 2. Still never played it.
You'll be fine. You don't have to play it.
Well, it's one where
I still never played Skyrim.
I mean that's fine.
Exactly.
I mean that's that. I see that as fine. But the problem is I look at Red Dead and think that would be fun. Maybe. Because I've tried it before.
You're perfectly fine. You can live without Red Dead in your life.
That's not true.
I mean, I can, but it's one where it's like I look at it all the time, but I'm like, I might try that because that could be a fun game for me to just play for 100 hours or so.
You know, speaking of Red Dead, I saw an article a couple weeks back. Someone was apparently taking shots of landscapes in Red Dead Redemption and singing it into their local
I saw that.
news channel.
I saw that,
and
yeah.
They were showing him off as it was a scene from the stage.
I saw that. Yeah, they shared them with the news, whatever. It's as if someone was taking this in actual photography in real life. So,
Oh, man.
Oh, dude, just goes to show it is how beautiful the game is. Oh,
Yeah, no, I'm using this kind of slow period of games for me to kind of hit the ones that got missed.
So what is your next game?
Well, my next game right now is I started it this morning. That's Tales of Graces.
No. Like on your list to actually take part of this year of what's still to release.
September is when it starts kind of hitting. It's Trails in the Sky first.
Okay.
That comes out, and then hell, October gets kind of crazy.
October's
got what is it? It's got Pokemon. It's got Digimon. It's got
Ghost of Yotei.
Ghost of Yotei. I don't know that I'm playing Ghost of Yotei though. It's got Arc Raiders. It's like every week or every 2 weeks there's like 1 or 2 games coming out
Gotcha.
in October. And then like September, I think end of September also has FF Tactics.
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yep. And then for me, end of September has Silent Hill and Sonic Racing. End of August for me has Lost Soul Aside.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, Lost Soul Aside.
You're actually gonna play F?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Silent Hill F looks really cool. Like the extended trailer we got recently looks sick. So yeah, I'm gonna play Silent Hill F.
When are we gonna play Outlast Trials?
No.
I wasn't talking to you, John, because I already know your answer.
I know, but you said it out loud, so I gotta say no.
Come on, John.
No.
Come on, play with us. It'll be fun.
I mean, you can play with him. He's the one wanting to play with you.
It's currently on sale.
What, on Steam?
I'm not sure about Steam. It's on sale on console.
Oh, okay. How much is it on sale for?
I think it's like 20.
Yeah, we still need to do that at some point.
They just had a big update.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, we need to do that at some point. I've been wanting to do streaming outside of the show sometime soon.
Trader.
What do you mean? I'm not trading. I'm trying to grow the channel, brother. So, I mean, we could totally do some streaming on some Outlast Trials. It'd be fun. It'd be a great time. Anyway, let's start going through the weekly wrap-up, boys. So first thing I'll hit, because it is technically the title thing, because I didn't know what to put for the title. Might change the title to like the 360 something. I don't know. But we'll hit the game key card thing. So Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is set to not be a game key card. But the interesting thing about it, though, is that when the game drops, the Nintendo Switch 2 physical edition won't actually come out until 2026. So the Switch 1 will come out, the PlayStation, Xbox, all that will come out for physical, but the Switch 2 specifically will not. But when it does come out, it will be on a 64 gigabyte card, just like Cyberpunk. So just shout out to that news if you wanted Sonic Racing Cross Worlds for the Switch 2 and you wanted it physical, which, you know, me personally, that's exactly the way I wanted it, was physical Switch 2. It's not coming out to 2026. But also just the note that it is going to that game key card and having that delay. So my question for you guys, because this was my question that I was asking, just like the general like gaming industry, is like, with all of the lack of sales that we saw, while yes, it was a lot of games that people already had and didn't really need, especially with the upfront investment. We already detailed all of this, right? Do you think that also was just a big wake-up call to studios, where it's like, let's take the extra effort and put stuff on the card, because we can, it's just going to take extra work. But then there's the downside of, is this going to be consistent, where if it is going to be the full game on the cartridge, do you guys think it'll be consistent where it's going to be a delayed release? I mean, what was you guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, I would assume if this was like a reaction to however the game sold with the Switch 2 release, I mean, it's understandable if it's behind, because I would assume they had to restart production on the games and whatnot.
Right.
In terms of it being a trend, I mean, I wouldn't assume it would be after the initial. I mean, I would assume as soon as the beginning of next year at the latest.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could have just been they weren't planning on making a physical card for the game. Yeah, it's like, I mean, there's plenty, or at least for Switch 2, because but I don't think it's gonna be like a shift where everybody starts like potentially delaying their release on Switch 2 for like a physical copy or anything. Because I mean, yeah, as much as we talked about it before and mentioned that, and we did cover that, like a lot of the games that were like the digital version or something with the card. And I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still under the the notion that most people are going to buy their games digitally.
Yeah.
The Switch is like the one exception for me personally, but most people don't care.
Yeah, true.
It's like most people, they're not worried about having a physical game for it. So it's like I don't think it's a reaction necessarily to it. It could have, I mean, it might have been, but until they come out and say something.
Yeah, true. And, you know, in terms of that as well, I mean, I do agree with you. I don't think the delay thing will be a standard because I feel like anyone who's going to be developing, you know, their game for Switch 2 and planning to put it on the cartridge is probably already part of development, right? Like, it's just part of the natural development. But, you know, this could have been a pivot, like you said. I mean, this could have been a pivot where it's just like, let's not do a game key card. You know, I think game key cards do have their place. I do actually think that, you know, there are certain games where just because of the file size, the game size, whatever, I think there are some that make sense. You know, at least it's on the console, right? But you know, there are some that you look at where it's just like, I feel like you're just taking the cheap way out now. You know, you're taking the fast way out.
I think a lot of it is the reason for like game key cards is just some of it's going to be file size for certain games.
Yeah.
But it's like in a lot of ways, a lot of the people that are using a game key card for Switch, it's kind of like anything that they sell for the Switch 2 is going to be bonus for them anyway. Because it's like, that's not most of the people that I think are doing game key cards. A lot of it's third party stuff where the games are going to come out on the Switch 2 and they're probably looking at it like, I mean, we didn't make it for the Switch 2, but whatever we get for that is better than we expected.
Right. Yeah, no, you know, that's true. I agree to that. I would like this. I would definitely like to see a lack of game key cards for third parties going forward. But you know, I would also like to see it where if there is one, I would like to look at the game and say, that makes sense. Yeah, that one makes sense.
The only thing I will say is since Nintendo obviously knew they were going to do game key cards and made such a
big
show
deal
about it and everything, I'd like to get a little more memory on the Switch 2.
Right.
It's like it'd be nice if we had some more memory for it, especially if people are going out or like if they buy a case for a game and it has a card in it, and then you still have to download the game. Like a little extra memory in my console,
right? Without having to buy a Express SD.
Yeah, without having to buy an Express SD or an SD in general. Why can't we just be fucking normal, Nintendo?
And just increase the amount of memory on the console.
Never.
I agree. I agree to that 100%. Oh, all right. Let's keep moving through the weekly wrap up. So just a reminder, this upcoming Tuesday we do have that Pokemon Presents that was announced a full month in advance. So 7:22, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, we will be getting that Pokemon Presents. Obviously, a lot of detailing on Pokemon Legends. You'll have your general 2 to 5 minutes worth of updates on mobile games and, you know, their multiplayer games like Unite and stuff. And then it'll probably be all gung-ho on Legends from there. I can't really see any other announcements being here, like some sort of remake of a game or whatever, or a new small game.
Let's get a little more. I mean, Legends, yeah. Let's get a little more information on Legends.
Yep.
Let's fucking hear about Champions.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah, you're right. Champions is the one that I do think will be here, 100%. I think Champions will be here.
It's like
forgot all about Champions.
It's like Champions needs some more information about it because it's like Legends is money made. It's like we're all buying it. I don't know about Zach. Oh, it's like we're buying it. It's like all Pokemon fans are buying it pretty much. But at the same time, Champions is your
future
gateway into everybody else.
Yeah,
because that's going to be available everywhere. Tell us about that. Tell us when we're getting it.
So I'm glad you mentioned that because I could be wrong. I think I saw an article where via LinkedIn job updates, it looks like the team that did Champions has moved on from the project. So Champions in true Nintendo fashion is done, and Nintendo just has it back pocketed.
Yeah. So,
it should be time for an update.
Hopefully we'll hear something about that.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think I saw an article about it where like the lead director of Champions, based on like time frames and that they updated their LinkedIn, whatever, they've already moved on from the project, so they're already working on their next project. So therefore, Champions should, in theory, be done and ready to launch now.
That's probably what I want to see more so than like the Legends update, because Legends update, we know what we're getting.
Yeah, we know what we're getting out of that game at this point. Yeah.
It's like that game's coming out in like 2.5 months. We know what it is.
Right. I will say I'm in the very firm mindset, no chance of Gen 10 in my mindset. I think that's fine. Because especially like when you throw Champions in the mix, just focus on Champions and Legends, call it a day.
Yeah.
You'll please everyone.
Especially with Legends releasing at the end of the year, 10 will be
next Pokemon Day.
Yeah, it'll be next Pokemon Day before we hear anything about that.
Yeah, not a big deal. No big deal on that. Next one we've got is Ubisoft confirmed new first-person Ghost Recon game is now in development. So, big shout out to that. There's also a live-action Assassin's Creed series that has now been ordered over at Netflix. So, that's cool. I mean, if it's a series, hopefully it's, better thought out and planned out than that disastrous movie.
You didn't like that movie?
It's a solid 5 out of 10 experience.
I mean, when you really go back and watch it, and
I've seen it once, so.
And compare it to what we got after Valhalla, it's not that bad.
I mean, it's one where I have seen that movie one time, and I have no intentions of watching it again.
Yeah, no, that was definitely my opinion as well. Seeing the one time, I love me some Michael Fassbender. Michael Fassbender's a great actor, but he was up against some big odds on that one with how they approached that film.
Yeah, the whole how they did the Animus was really weird too.
Yeah, I love Michael Fassbender, brother, but he got screwed on that one. But hopefully a live action series will be better. I don't know, we'll see. Speaking of live action, though, we got the cast announcement for Zelda and Link with the live action Zelda that should not be a live action Zelda, and they should just made an animated movie. But whatever,
it'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go see it regardless of how it's gonna look. I'm gonna go see it. Bo Braggerson as Zelda and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link. I looked at Bo's acting history. It was stuff that I have not heard of any of it. For Ben, the only thing that I recognized, obviously, just it's a notable property in the world of fiction, is he voiced Pinocchio in the live action Pinocchio. So shout out to that, I guess. But I did see someone point
live
out
action Pinocchio.
Yeah, there was a live action Pinocchio.
Right. Yeah, that I forgot all about it until I saw it on the list. But I also saw something. Someone made a joke that I was just like, "That is hilarious." And really fucked up is someone pointed out, it's just like, man, it'd be a real shame if they had any sort of water scenes in the live action movie since his name is Ben. And I'm just like, that's fucked up. Shout out to the creepypasta of Majora's Mask with Ben drowned. But I mean, the casting's fine, I guess. I saw a lot of positivity about it. I still don't think this should have been a live action movie. I think it should have just been an animated film, keep it in line with the Mario movie, whatever. Especially when they describe the live action movie as, it's gonna be live action, but it's gonna have like a studio, Ghibli feel, whatever. It's like, then why didn't you just make it animated to begin with? What are we talking about? I don't know, but now we just wait for the Ganondorf or the Ganon announcement, assuming that will will be the antagonist.
But just wait until it's getting closer to coming out, and then you start to hear the reports come out about how they didn't look at any of the properties and kind of just went with their own interpretation of it.
Right.
You know who's going to be Ganondorf or Ganon?
Adam Sandler.
Jack Black.
I was hoping for Adam Sandler.
They just make Jack Black all the villains in all these Nintendo films.
That'd be hilarious.
No, he's got to show up though, not in costume.
Exactly.
Right.
He'll be in his Bowser getup.
Yeah. I mean, hey, who knows, man? Maybe Jack Black will be in the film. Maybe he'll be voicing a Goron or something. Maybe that's possible.
Just imagine the team up of whenever Sonic and Mario come and we get Jim Carrey and Jack Black together.
10 out of 10. Oh, anyway, let's keep moving. Hey, there is an NSO playtest program that is up once again. It's going to be taking place the 28th to the 10th. The thing for it said the signups now. It started, I believe, yesterday or today. And I tried to go sign up for it, but then like I clicked the agree continue button said, please wait till the last day of the sign up, where it said in the headline, sign up by this date. And the click continue. It's like, wait until this day to sign. I'm like, but that was the end. What do you mean? I don't know. But this is the same playtest that took place end of last year for this new property that Nintendo's working on that, you know, everyone had to sign an NDA for, and it immediately got leaked like within like a day of people playing it. So it's going to be the same game, the same playtest. So if you want to try to get in, try to get in. Per Nate the Hate, Red Dead Redemption 2 is definitely coming to Nintendo Switch 2. And I actually believe that's going to happen too, because I am all in once again that a Red Dead Redemption 2 like enhanced version is coming out this year. I am all locked in on that. When will it be announced? Now that's the great question, but apparently that's happening. Pragmata will be featured at PAX West 2025 panel on Sunday, August 31st. So if you're excited for that from Capcom, that would probably be one of your next chances to get more information on it. There's also a new Battlefield that will be revealed soon. Battlefield 6 will be revealed here in the very near future. That one's confirmed. I thought this was funny. This is 10 out of 10. What a legend. Gabe Newell says that he is retired at this point, basically, but he still works 7 days a week from his boat. He says he gets up, he works, he goes scuba diving, he goes to work some more. What a legend. What a legend and what a life. Yeah, he said he's retired, but he's just loving doing everything he's doing right now so much. He's like, yeah, I work pretty much 7 days a week.
I mean, I would assume he's free to do whatever. When the Steam Deck came out and he just personally got a hold of a van and just started delivering them.
Right.
Yeah.
He became a delivery worker for a day.
Yep.
I mean, Gabe Newell's got to be the definition of living your best life.
Oh, by far, in terms of the gaming industry, yes.
I mean, just
love Gabe.
Like in general, he's like, yeah, I'm retired. I mean, yeah, I still work 7 days a week, but
I'm retired.
I'm having fun.
What a legend, dude. Imagine walking up to someone saying, yeah, I'm retired, but I work 7 days a week, though. It's like, what? Yeah, you know, I just work from my boat, go scuba diving for a little bit, come back, you know. Does he not, so he says he just stays on his boat. Does he not have a house anymore? Did he sell his house and lives on a boat?
I mean, he probably still has the house.
And he just lives on the boat?
Probably.
He just takes the boat wherever he wants to go, and he buys a new house when he gets there.
That's great.
Or hell, it may be a big enough boat. The house is on the boat.
I mean, that's the vibe I'm getting from it, that it's a very big boat. So, shout out to Gabe Newell. What a legend. Life is Strange collection was announced. All 5 games will be part of this. There will be only discs for True Colors and Double Exposure, and then codes for the remaining 3. We'll have all DLC, and it's coming out October 2nd. So, shout out to that one for anyone that's a big Life is Strange fan. Here's a chance to get all of them. Oblivion Deluxe Edition physical release pre-orders are now live, and that is also coming October 25th. So if you wanted to pick up Oblivion physically, here's your chance. Arc System Works has apparently canceled a new Guilty Gear game. That's unfortunate.
Well, it's unfortunate to see that they canceled a new Guilty Gear game, but also they're fucking busy.
They are.
I was about to say they're
busy.
working on a lot of stuff, and Strive's not going anywhere anyways.
Yeah.
It's like they probably, the idea of making a new one probably came, and then they look at the lineup they're working on right now and went, oh, we can't do that.
Yep. 100 Line Director says that the game is selling pretty well and bankruptcy is no longer a serious concern. Hey, good for them, dude. 100 Line is fantastic.
Did you play that recently, John?
No.
Okay.
Not recently. But also it's like when the update is it's no longer a serious concern. Might still be a concern.
Well, it's better from when the game came out. He's just like, yeah, we're probably filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah, if you guys don't buy this game,
like,
it might be GG.
It's weird because normally you see the update from we're in serious trouble to hey, everything's great. It's like, hey, and it went from oh man, it's terrible to
we're skirting the line.
Yeah, it's fine. Not really a major concern anymore.
I was about to say we can focus on other things. This will come back in like a couple months, maybe.
Yeah, you know, now I think they're working on like 100 Line DLC, whatever that he
or it'll go
about,
under we'll just sweep it under the rug and we won't concern ourselves with it.
Right? Go play 100 Line. It's a great game. All right, next up, there's a rumor that Dragon Quest VII Remake is in the works and for a 2026 release. So, shout out to that. Mass layoffs recently hit Virtuos, who recently did Oblivion, and they are also the devs for Metal Gear Solid Delta. They laid off, like, I think Quest 7 Remake is in the works and for a 2026 release. So, shout out to that. Recently hit Virtuos, Oblivion, and they are all Solid Delta. All right.
Damn.
But yeah, either way, that was quite a bit of people that lost their jobs, so that's unfortunate. Hate to see that, especially with Oblivion just dropping and Metal Gear Solid Delta coming out soon.
The more this sounds like a project's finished and they had nowhere to send them, unfortunately.
That's kind of what I gathered too. 2K Sports plans a standalone college basketball game. You know, I guess everyone's trying to get into the college craze now. So
What's wrong with the current college game that just came out, the football one? Why is it rated so low?
it's just college football. It's the same thing.
Like,
I know what he's about to say.
It's the same game that came out last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it really is.
It's the like EA problem that all the sports games face,
Yeah.
where everybody just gets mad every year because they buy the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, you know, everyone who's like diehard like sports games fans, college football fans, like, you know, that this is their bread and butter. Like they're obviously loving the game. And I love the game too. I always dump at least 100 to 200 hours in these games, at least in NCAA's 14's case. I mean, obviously I had a decade with that game, so a lot of hours. Look, it's the same game. I'm having fun. I have not even bought the game yet. I've only been playing it through the EA trial, which is now up. So I've gone through my 10 hours. There is improvements, yes. There are improvements. It's cool to see the improvements, like with the Road to Glory actually into play high school again. That's cool because that wasn't in last year's for whatever reason. Recruiting is improved. I do like the recruiting elements of stuff. I will say, at least for me, I don't know if it's just me or I'm cursed or what, but they tried to claim that the job offers are fixed. They are definitely not fixed. You can't convince me that they're not fixed, because I even experimented with this, and because like I went through my first year as OC hoping to get like, all right, I'm not expecting unrealistic shit here to get every head coaching offer in the fucking world, right? But like, we had a really good first year. I won the Broyles Award, which is the best assistant coach in the country. I helped Butch Jones win head coach of the year. You're welcome. And get a promotion that he will never get in real life. And I didn't really get any job offers. So then I got kind of curious, and I simmed 2 years, and I rigged multiple schedules, including mine, where we went undefeated both years, because you can just set who wins in the team schedule thing.
Okay.
And I rigged multiple teams that I would like to go play for, and they're all sorts of varying like stars, where it's like high stars, low stars, whatever, all, like same level as my school, same levels, you know, higher, whatever. So testing the waters. 2 years, we go undefeated both years because I rigged it. You know, we head coach awards, you know, assistant coach awards for me. And dude, the offers that I'm getting are like almost non-existent, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. Like in real life, that doesn't even make sense. Like it just doesn't. So again, that's the thing that killed me with last year's game. So I already started a new dynasty. I just started as the team that I wanted to play as to begin with. I've just given up all hope at bouncing job to job the way I like to play, the natural progression of things. So at least for me, I haven't seen as many people bitch about that. Like I'm bitching about it, but I mean that's something that kills the game for me personally. Yeah. But
Zach, you should know that every year when the yearly sports games comes out, everybody's mad except for one group, and that's the show.
That's true.
Everybody's happy over there.
Yep. Everyone's having a great time with the show.
I don't know. The 2K wrestling ones have been doing better.
Yeah, they've been doing better here.
Well, yeah. Okay, to be fair, wasn't in my thought. When I'm thinking the sports games, I'm thinking like the 2K basketball, Madden, and all
the major four, you know.
And it's like every year I'm just expecting to see mixed or massively negative reviews for the yearly sports games, and then the show comes out and everybody over there just smiles and plays.
Yep, just has a great day, man. No problems. The last thing I've got for this week is Cyberpunk 2.0 update is now live. It initially only came out for Xbox and PlayStation. It was kind of phrased as the Switch 2 will come out at a later date. Stay tuned. And it's like 4 hours later. Switch 2 is now out. It's like, okay, that was quick. What did you guys do to get that out so fast?
It was finishing compressing.
Yeah, that's my guess. Like, geez.
It's like he looked at the file and it said like it'll be ready in a couple days. And then it's like he pushes everything else out. He goes, "Oh, it's faster now."
Yeah, exactly. That's basically the way I perceived it when I saw that news, because it was like same day. Switch 2 will come out at a later date, whatever. And it's like Switch 2 is now out, and I'm like, oh, okay, that was quick. Anyway, do you guys have any news from this week? I'm gonna go through some random stuff from last week real fast and hit the Gamesthetic game of the week after that.
Not really. I didn't really see a lot this week.
Not particularly.
Okay, so let me just hit some stuff from last week real quick since we were on a break. So the first one, of course, is we did have that Ghost of Yotei State of Play, which we did touch on earlier. It looks like a lot of fun, man. The different weapons that showcased looked like a great time. The varying game the game modes and like the traditional black and white and like what we talked about earlier, the Samurai Champloo, whatever. That's really cool that got added in. Overall, it looks like a really fun game, dude. Really excited to check this one out. Looking forward to it. I'll tell you, Rise Trilogy is coming out later this year, so shout out to that. For anyone that's been wanting to grab those, you can get it in one pack later this year. I don't know if there's a physical release. I didn't see that, but the trilogy is at least coming. I thought this was interesting. Apparently, Game Pass deals range anywhere from $50,000 to $50 million. So that's quite the range. So shout out to that. Shout out to Game Pass deals, I guess. Go collect your bag. Coming January 30th of next year, Nintendo Switch game vouchers will no longer be sold. With what I can safely assume that probably no one hits this thing up makes sense, right? I feel like the whole idea behind game vouchers they did, I feel like was a missed opportunity that they just didn't really hit on because I feel like
game voucher.
it was something you could get to try a game out. I feel like they missed the mark on it because it was very limited games they ever put on the game vouchers, and it was that kind of similar to the case that we've talked about with why those Switch to third parties didn't sell well is because it was games people already had. That was kind of the case with the game vouchers. Is it was older Nintendo games that like when they introduced it, it's like, well, we've already played all these. These are like 2-3 years old. You know what I mean? So it's like they didn't have that many on there. It was a good idea, but it just wasn't executed well. So them getting rid of it just, I don't know, kind of makes sense, I guess.
Also a weird thing to have in the age where demos are coming back.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of something else going away, this is from this week though. Xbox is also getting rid of the ability to buy movies. So you can't buy and rent movies from Xbox anymore. So shout out to that.
Didn't realize you could.
I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, no, they're getting rid of it, which makes sense. You can just there's a million other ways to buy them.
I was going to say that's got to be a holdover from like the early Xbox Live days.
Yeah, that's a 360 thing, man. That got carried over all the way to now. Shout out to the days of Zune. Anyway, next thing. Hey, shout out to this. This is random, man. New Castle Crashers DLC announced. It's coming August 6th. I had to do a double take when I was scrolling Twitter and I saw that where it's like Castle Crashers DLC. I'm like, wait, what? It's like that's random, but all right. Next up, Subnautica 2 got delayed to 2026. So shout out to that, I guess. That's unfortunate. And Stardew Valley is now Steam's highest rated game, passing Portal 2 that held the crown for 14 freaking years, which that is insane. So that's everything I wanted to shout out from last week's stuff. Again, just because we had a break. So, all right, I guess Gamestead Game of the Week, unless you guys got anything else, which you guys already said no. So
go for it.
Gamestead Game of the Week. So just finished this one up a few nights ago. Gonna shout out apparently a just absolutely beloved game that dropped, I believe, last year, and just kind of I kind of personally missed it till now, and that is Mouthwashing. An indie horror like thriller game that you can pick up on Steam. It's got that nice like pixel art style for the game. And man, is this game a damn trip, brothers. So you're featuring 5 characters. You're featuring Curly, who is the ship's captain, as well as his co-captain Jimmy. And then you have Anya, Swansea, and Daisuke, who is the last-minute intern. And you guys are on a spaceship doing a delivery. The delivery, you're working for a company called, I think it was Pony Express. And the delivery, as you guys come find out, is just an ungodly amount of mouthwash. Ungodly amount of mouthwash that you guys are going to deliver. Shit goes south and the ship crashes and you guys are just stranded in space. A lot of key supplies and materials are all unfortunately not able to be gotten to thanks to basically like a ship's natural like defense system of whenever an emergency happens where like different damaged spots will foam up. So a lot of stuff is unfortunately covered up by different layers of foam that they cannot reach to. And throughout the game, you are getting the different perspectives and the different times of the story that's taking place. So the 2 characters that you play as, I believe you only play as these 2 of them, right? It's just Curly and Jimmy at different points where pretty much almost like a lot of the points pre-crash, you're playing as Curly, and then after the crash takes place, you are playing as Jimmy. And it's so fascinating the way the game handles those different perspectives of where, you know, you have the perspective from Curly's point of view before the crash, where it pops up on screen X amount of hours or days or whatever before the crash. And, you know, let's say you guys get the news that you guys are getting laid off, and this is going to basically be your last delivery or whatever the case is. You get all the underlying story that you get to experience throughout the game with Jimmy and, like, let's say Anya, like Daisuke and Swansea, and, you know, it just constantly flips back and forth. So it's like, you know, 1 minute you guys are all trying to celebrate like Curly's birthday before the crash, and that's when he breaks the news that, like, well, you know, hey guys, we're gonna get laid off, this is our last job. To, like, the game has, like, the transitions are really cool where it has like a glitching sort of approach where, you know, the sound starts glitching out and the screen kind of freezes and like glitches out, and then it transitions to the future where it's just like X amount of hours after the crash, and now you're playing as Jimmy, and, you know, just trying to survive is the best way to put it. In Curly's case, Curly got, brother, he got messed up in the crash, and you don't have access to a lot of your standard medical supplies. You did everything you could for Curly to at least keep him alive. He's all bandaged up, everything of the sort, and like you're to a point now where you're basically kind of force feeding him the mouthwash because it's some form of antibiotic that you've got, and you have to go in yourself and like open his mouth yourself, pour it in, kind of thing. It's really disturbing, that whole side of things. Just like the entire overall overarching story of just the different psychological effects that everyone has of being stranded, and just that overall desire and will to survive, as well as other underlying plot points that obviously I don't want to say because please go experience the game and experience those plot points yourself with certain characters, where it becomes a change of where it's no longer X amount of hours from the crash and it swaps to X amount of hours till judgment is what it will pop up for, where you are experiencing just kind of how you have to approach certain things in life and just kind of come to a point where it's like, I need to go face this. I can't run away from it. So man, it is such a unique trip, dude. Just the constant back and forth throughout the game, getting to experience this story. Absolute pleasure to play this game. Unfortunate missed it last year and didn't get to play it till now, but God bless, mouthwashing, it was a blast. Me and my wife were playing it. It runs well on Steam Deck. That's how we were playing it. So if you got a Steam Deck and you want to check it out, it runs well on the Steam Deck. But it's definitely worth checking out, man, especially if you want like that psychological kind of thriller, kind of horror, and just like really messes with your head. Definitely worth checking out. Shout out to Mouthwashing. I think that's a good entry for Gamesthetic Game of the Week this week. All right, let's hit the music, boys, and let's get out of here.
All right. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. Leave any comments what you feel about Bananza or even Shadow Labyrinth if you've played more than us.
All right, do everything he said and more. And if you like what you saw with us here, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time. So come check us out then.
Also, shout out, your camera went to sleep.
Yeah, I noticed.
Yeah, I went to John. I was like, is John sleeping?
Nope.
I was like, oh, no, he's awake. It's just his camera went to sleep for some reason.
Yeah, no, I noticed that a few minutes ago.
Yeah, so I guess shout out to that, part of the whole studio burning down thing that we had take place. So, God, I hope I go back and everything sounds good for the show, or I'll cry. It is what it is. But yeah, do everything they said and more, though. Check out the Patreon if you want to support us further. We'd really appreciate the extra support, as well as checking out the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend. Check out some Rogue Energy, as well as sparklyshop.com. And we'll be back next week with Pokemon Presents and maybe more Shadow Labyrinth. I don't know. We'll see. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Bye.